Hi, everybody. Well, welcome to today's call. Super excited for us to have Lauren Berry on the phone with us. She's just the coolest chick. I just love being around her, and I can't wait to hang out and party with you next week, Lauren. So Lauren is 27. I could be her mother. She lives on the Gold Coast of Australia, and she's always had the desire to travel the world and be paid for doing it. So now she's getting to do it. 2009 to 2013, she spent traveling the world and really finding herself as a person after university. Was not a fit for her. She realized that helping other people and health and was truly her passion. She went on her own health journey in 2012, losing 32 kilos. That's like 65 pounds. That's a lot of waste. Wow. And was inspired to help people and got really interested in nutrition. And in May of 2014, she came across Juice Plus, went to an event, and it just made sense. She started her business and the product at the same time and was on a plane to Sydney to the national conference there. Crazy. Sounds like me. Must be the name. Truly built her belief. I mean, wait, you're over there even in Europe, but she became SDVF, which is VF here, in 10 days, reached sales coordinator in 9 weeks, and started to grow her team and her business. And she noticed some huge difference in her energy, and her skin was glowing. As we know, it's called the Juice Plus Glow. And for her, it was her aunt's trip that made her tear up. She was now losing weight, and her type 2 diabetes was almost non-existent with her blood sugar under control. And the stories keep coming. I know how you feel. In October, she went to the Memphis conference. It was blown away by the 7,000 people. In January, she was promoted to SSC, and her business and team keep growing. In February, she traveled back to the UK and because she wanted to further her belief with the Birmingham conference, which was unbelievable. And her big why is to have freedom to live the life that she chooses and pick up her bags and move to another state or another country whenever she wants. She wants to have more choices, and she will be NMD for sure. She's committed to being QNMD 24 Club by her 28th birthday, which is February 2016, which means you're going to be there in Vegas for our boot camp so we can celebrate you. So I'm super excited to welcome Lauren Berry on the call and share with you her golden nuggets. So really take notes, you guys, because Adam's team, which Lauren is a part of as well, they've really had a lot of momentum. They've shared so many nuggets before, but I really want you guys to see what you need to do to truly integrate everything that she's sharing with you. So, Lauren, take it away. I'm going to mute myself.
You can have a nap, Lo. Love it. Hi guys. I know some of you. I'm in my car, and so this is my no excuses. It's early in the morning here, but that again, I'm a trainer by trade, so I've already trained one client. Now I'm in my car, and then I'll go train a few more. But honestly, I just kind of wanted to share with you today. This time next week, I will be on a plane back to the conference in Nashville to see you all and party and celebrate so much that has happened since kind of like the last time we were there. As Lauren said, I'm part of Adam Westwick's team. I was Adam's, I guess you could call, his first follower. I was his first team member, and kind of we've been wing buddies ever since. And honestly, I just duplicate what Adam taught me, and Adam duplicated what Chris from the UK taught him, and what he continues to learn from Lauren and Linda and all the amazing mentors that we have in this business. And today I just kind of wanted to share with you, my journey's been a little bit different to what some people's might be, or you'll resonate with me and your journey might have been a little bit the same. So as Lauren said, I rocketed. I came into this business and I gave it a very strong yes. Travel was taken out of my life when I became a trainer. And it's something I love to do, and all I want to do is help other people travel and see the world and have great times, and not be kind of constrained by a job. I guess that's I guess, not the norm for a 27-year-old. I definitely went to university and it wasn't for me. But I rocketed to VF for you guys, so SDVF for us, in like 10 days. And then I made it to SC in 9 weeks. By SC, I'd made like $6,000. And I was like, wow, that's when I saw the possibility of what this could be. And then it took me a little while to get to SSC. So it took me 6.5 months, which again, I guess isn't long, but felt like a big gap. And then from SSC, I didn't take a step back. But I guess for 3 months, I did like a turnaround, or I went a bit backwards. And I guess my biggest thing is I needed to learn the lessons in those 3 months to then be able to do what my business has done in the last 3 months. So from SSC in January, and I guess part of I don't know what to call it, I guess a bit of a downfall about being part of a fast-moving team is you can compare yourself so much to other people. You can look at the success that comes out of so many and you'd be like, well, why aren't I there? And I guess the big takeaway for me is your business won't grow until you grow. And I needed to grow in those 3 months and learn the lessons and have the pity parties and do what I needed to do to then go and grow like I have for the last 3 months. And so I wanted to share with you what I learned in those 3 months to then, and now what my business is doing now. Like, in the last 3 months, it's doubled every month in terms of pay line, in terms of new promotions, in terms of my check, I guess, for the month. And again, really just owning that as a direct reflection of how many people that I'm helping. Not just with obviously health, but with their finances as well, and getting out of my own way. And Lauren will laugh at that, because at Hamilton Island conference, that's all she said to me. I was, get out of your own way, just get out. And it's true. And so, but I had to learn the lessons and to step up into the next part of leadership and be able to duplicate what I was doing, and it's so true. You can't do it by yourself. And so what did I need to do? I needed to go back and build the beliefs. And so kind of just sharing a little bit about that with you today. And then kind of how I then teach my team and then doing SMART goals and like working on their story. I think for me, I hear so many amazing stories, and I'm surrounded by, like, most of my team are mums, and I always kind of wondered how I attracted that. I haven't attracted myself. I haven't attracted like young entrepreneurs that want to jump on a plane. I have attracted mums that want to stay home and be mums first and do mum care instead of daycare. But I guess kind of my background is working with kids, so I've seen a lot of mums struggle and have to go to work and have to put their kids in daycare. And so I guess that's kind of how I've attracted that. But honestly, going back and building the belief on the product. So take it every single day. I don't think you need to be told that. Know what an amazing product it is. If you love science, go and read the science. But for me, it's stories. And I think over time, over the last 15, 16 months that I've been doing this, the stories are what gets me every time, because I have no idea what it's going to do for someone taking Juice Plus. But, there's so many stories of people I've been able to help, big stories. So people becoming pregnant, after years and years of trying, or, just maybe it's energy, maybe it's skin, and being like, feeling better within themselves. So build the belief in the product, build the belief in the industry. You've got Lauren Slocum, I think for me, Rise of the Entrepreneur, like, holy crap, that DVD was amazing. And just it reiterated the fact that this industry is like phenomenal. But always, if your belief is there, the no's, you won't even hear them. Yeah. And so now, I guess my biggest thing is, I think people are stupid if they don't understand this industry. But again, that's just me. So understand and believe in the industry. Believe in the company. I think, and conference is that, right? People, like, we've got 75 Australians coming to conference. I think we had like 20 something last year from our team, like Team Spirit, Linda's team. We've got 75 this year, which is just crazy. And it goes to show that obviously our team has grown so much more. But people get that they need to build their belief on the company. I think conference is just the answer for that. You see that anyone can do this. You see Jay Martin get up on stage. For me, like international conference, our national conferences are quite small, but our international conferences, you guys in the UK, like I'm blown away by the amount of people that are there, and I think the community and just building your belief on that. And then build your belief, the hardest part, the fourth belief for me is like building your belief in yourself. And again, find a great mentor that can help you build that belief and believe in you before you can ever believe in yourself. I think I've had that all along. Adam, he like hounds me every day if I'm like having a pity party, or if I'm, you know, kind of not believing in myself. And your team will get that, right? You get what you attract, what you get, or you attract what you think. And so if you don't believe in yourself, how can anyone else believe in you? And people buy you, they buy your conviction. People get that this is going to change my life, and really I'm here to help and support and coach anyone that wants to do this, but then I'm not going to do it for them. And I'm not I've made the mistake of doing that, and I've made the mistake of dragging people through a fast track and stuff like that, and you can't want it more for people than they want it for themselves. And maybe it's just a timing thing, and maybe it's a belief thing. So really believing, having someone to believe in you before you can truly believe in yourself, and working on yourself every day. So personal development, gratitude journaling, you know, I am statements and things like that, and really just know that anyone can do this. And again, I think conference is a great indication of that, you know, just the NMD speeches that get up there, whether this takes you 10 years, whether it takes you 2 years, you know, the choice is yours and the journey is yours. But again, comparing yourself is just, it's the root of all evil, and I've learned that. When I start to compare myself, I think really the big takeaway is, you know, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. The journey is yours, and it'll happen and it'll unfold the way it does, but don't compare yourself, and just build those beliefs. Then my next kind of point is really just whether you have a small team or a large team. I guess definitely my biggest statement is leaders raise up other leaders. They don't create followers. Yeah, so really you want to raise up leaders and making people independent as quickly as possible. Not to say you kick them out on the street, you know, but making them independent from you. So like I'm going to go to a conference and I'm traveling for 2 weeks because I used to live in the US. So I have friends all around the country, and I'm going to a wedding and stuff. And so I'm going to be taking not 2 weeks out, but, you know, it'll be kind of vast communication to what they're kind of used to, because we do so many events and online events and things. But I know my business will continue to build because I've created some great leaders in my team that will do events while I'm away, that will keep building, that know kind of the duplication that we have. So how do we duplicate, and how have we been able to move so fast? Like last month alone, I had, you know, 2 people very new, like sales coordinators. I had 6 new SCVFs in my team. So I think, you know, that's in 1 month, and really they're moving through the fast track just as quickly as I did, so if not quicker. So it goes to show that the system we have in place, and it's duplicatable. I'm not an expert. I know nutrition, yeah, and I went and did my diploma in nutrition, and I did my food coaching course, and I lost weight through like whole food nutrition years ago, before I knew about Juice Plus, unfortunately. But you're gonna have people in your team that aren't so that don't get nutrition, or that aren't health experts, or that aren't health professionals. So you need to make it duplicatable for them. I think that is what we haven't reinvented the wheel. We've learned what works and we've stuck to it. And so we have clear-cut things that we do. So, you know, trying to get people to an event is key. I think the event makes sense. I came to an event, I signed up the very next day. You know, events make sense. It gets rid of all the myths. So it gets rid of the pyramid scam myth. It gets rid of I need to know a lot of people. It gets rid of, you know, kind of the stigma of selling and things like that. So people come, they feel comfortable. And now with Zoom, like this is crazy. Just this, the art of duplication comes from this. I swear we haven't lost our culture. We still do 3 to 4 live events a week. But Zoom allows people to come and take a sneak peek without having to go somewhere. And it's just super easy, comfortable. They can turn off their camera. It's not kind of in your face. And a bit scary for some people. So Zoom So once we get someone to an event, then it's like we'd call it a post-event chat. So the post-event chat is a series of 3 questions. What kind of drew you to a business like ours? Yeah, so what got you interested to come and take a closer look? From the event, what resonated with you? If this could be anything, what could it be? And that third exciting question, and people, this is where they'll get it. They'll get your conviction. They get that you're passionate. Don't be too scary, because I can be a bit scary. Don't be too passionate, but get your conviction that this is going to change your life, and maybe it could theirs. And so the third question is, what else do you need to know to make an excited decision to get started with our team or with us? Or what else do you need to know to make an excited decision to link arms and make it fun, and kind of show them then what this could be for them. So people have stopped dreaming, right? So maybe, you know, their vision, like mine was really small in the beginning. Yeah, but really kind of be their dream keeper, and people buy you, right? So they buy that you can give them more of what they want and less of what they don't want in life. So get clear on what that is, and so then you can kind of dream keep that. So that's the post-event chat. Then we have the game plan chat. So once someone's excited to get started, I then do the game plan chat. I show them a little bit more about our compensation plan and how it kind of works in a bit more detail, because we only show bonuses at events. I show them the 3 ways we get paid, a little bit more about retail profit and commission. I then ask them a really cool question. In the next 30 to 60 to 90 days, if you were to make something of this and really get the wheels started, what figure, if it landed in your bank account, will put a smile on your face? So it gives them the opportunity to tell you, as their sponsor or upline or team member, it gives them the opportunity to tell you what a good experience would look like. Yeah. So usually I always get it in the first 30 to 60 days. It's always $500 to $1,000. You know, it's just stock standard for people. So I get clear on what that is, and then I get clear on what that could provide them. What would an extra $1,000 a month do for your family? And so you're getting clear on kind of what their vision is. I ask them, you know, obviously this is the fast track, because I show them the fast track plan. You know, you can either do the fast track or you can do the cumulative way, either or, you know, but my biggest thing is have a crack at the fast track. What's the worst that can happen, right? Most people are going to go and do the fast track, and so really trying to give them that good experience early on. And really there is some fast money to be made, right, with the bonuses and things like that. So you can give them that $500 to $1,000 experience, and then I get clear on, okay, so that's what you want to earn, and then I backtrack it. So if that's what was to fall in your bank account, how much time per week, because it's about consistency, right? It's not about how hard you work. It's about how consistent you are on a day-to-day basis. Not letting it take over your life, being very time conscious, but honestly, it's about consistency. So how much time? And usually they're like, okay, I could do an hour a day. Awesome. If you can do 7 to 10 hours a week on this in the beginning, that's all you need to kind of build some fast momentum quickly. And then honestly, I focus on the 4 high-paying activities. So if you do not know them, write them down. Yeah, so we have 4 high-paying activities. Once you start to build a team, you have 5. So what are the 4 things, if you want to earn $1,000 a month in the beginning, or $500 to $1,000 a month, and then you can dedicate 7 to 10 hours, look in your day, where does that time lie? It's not a 9 to 5 clock-in job, okay? It's not a sit down at your desk. It's literally stolen moments. So where do you have time? You know, are you driving in your car that you could listen to personal development? Do you have a lunch break at your job that you could go and actually make some calls or send some text messages? Or, you know, obviously if you have kids, being there with your kids and being there with your husband and partner, so not to kind of throw off the family dynamic, but you're going to have time in your day. You know, stolen moments, we call it, working around kind of already your obligations. And so the 4 high-paying activities is literally, I've built most of my business, and I continue to surprise myself every day because I continue to do it. I've built most of my business off Facebook and social media, like Instagram as well. Yeah, so most of my team members I did not know before starting Juice Plus. I've met them in personal development worlds. All I do is, honestly, I meet new people and I build my audience on Facebook. And then it's so crazy to think people just watch you and watch you and watch you. You know, I laugh. A team member in Melbourne honestly stalked my Facebook. She did not know me. We still have not met in person. She's down in Melbourne. And she one day out of the blue messaged me and says, "What do you do? You look like you have way too much fun. I want to do what you do. I hate my job. I commute 15 hours a week." And so build your audience on Facebook, right? Most of my team and customers have come from me just being consistent on Facebook. So my first high paying activity, of course, is sharing and posting on Facebook. So I share, and it's not bombarding people with Juice Plus. My biggest Facebook rule is create curiosity and add value to people's lives. Yeah, so follow someone. Lauren put up a really cool post, and I stole it, Lou. That, you know, she had a post, would you follow you? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, would you follow you? Yeah, I would follow me. I think I'm inspiring. I'm fun. I'm energetic. I post cool stuff. You know, I would follow me. And so asking yourself, would you follow you? Be inspiring. Like attracts like. Yeah, so when we talk about our product, and we take it, and like attracts like, so we crave better food. It's the same with Facebook, or it's the same with who's following you. Like attracts like, yeah? So be inspiring. Post inspirational quotes. Have fun on Facebook and Instagram, or whatever mode of social media that you choose to use. Yeah? Be fun and inspiring. Have fun energy. Don't be negative Nancy on it, yeah? Don't be that neg ferret that the UK people talk about. Be inspiring, because that's who you're going to attract into your team, and that's what's going to add value to people's lives. Post recipes. I share results. I'm never salesy with Juice Plus. I hate sales. So the fact that I do this business quite makes me laugh a little bit, and I'm a PT. So I'm selling a lot, but honestly, if you are just share, all I do is share results. I share my journey. I share why I take the product and why I love it. I'm never like inbox me or comment below or anything like that. There's some things that I call to action on, but if you are just inspiring people and sharing results and stories and having fun on Facebook, and I don't know, follow someone that you honestly would like to follow and get ideas for them. Don't go and share their posts. Make them you and genuine, because that's what I'm about, being you and being genuine. But honestly, Facebook posting is my number one high paying activity. I do probably 2 to 3 posts a day, not all about Juice Plus. I share what I love about the business. I share promotions on Facebook. I share when we do meetups. I share when we do events. And honestly, it's like people just like, dude, your life looks fun. And it is. And so I share kind of the highlight reel. Then my second high paying activity is how many people am I willing to talk to new? Not like the safe sandpits that I used to, but how many new people am I willing to talk to every single day to build my business? And I work the grid, so I do have one little thing I'll share with you. I literally have I like to write on it too. I have grid paper, yeah, and so when I talk to a new person, I write their name in one of the boxes. And my biggest thing is, in the beginning, it was only one person per day that I was willing to talk to new. And in the beginning, it might be that. But now it's 5 to 10, yeah? But I'm very stringent that what I start on, that I'm not like exceeding my expectations a little bit. You don't want to push yourself, but don't exceed them to the point where like you feel like it's a chore. So it might be 2 a day. It might be 3 a day, whatever it is for you. For me, it's like 5, 7, or 10. And that's kind of what I work with. And so when I talk to a new person, so if I talk to 5 people, I'm going to fill 5 boxes. And it's not go and spew Juice Plus on them. It is literally starting a new conversation. So, hey, hun, mine are mainly on Facebook or so Messenger or text message. I haven't seen a lot of my friends in a very long time. And so, you know, it'll be like, hey, hun, saw you pop up on Facebook. How's life? You know, if I know they have kids, how's the kids? If I know they have a job, how's your job? And honestly, we call it the high 5. If you ask 5 really good questions and direct the conversation how you want it to go, then you'll get something that possibly I always remember this from Birmingham conference, Cheryl Cortese saying it. You have a gift. Think about Juice Plus with a big red bow around it, and you have a gift to give someone, whether it's the product, whether it's the business. And if you ask 5 really good questions, that are going to kind of get the answers that you want, then you have something you possibly could share with them. And it's as simple as, hey hun, I have no idea if this is for you, but this is what I'm up to. I'd love to share more about it with you. And so honestly, it's just sharing from kind of, I guess, a heart space. And so
trying to mute there's a bunch of people coming on the line for the sales coordinator calls. If you guys aren't muted, please mute your line. I don't want to have to mute everybody again, but let's try. Okay. All right. So Lauren, I want to be respectful of your time, and we've got this other call that kind of amazing call. Truly just real big nuggets. I love, like you shared, there's almost 100 of you guys coming over from Australia. And, why is this a must for you? So for people that have the excuses, I know I decided 2 days before the conference. What would you say to people who've got excuses of why not to come to conference? What would you say?
Got excuses for what? Sorry, you broke up.
We're not coming to conference.
There is no excuse. I don't know. There's always the excuse of I've got kids or time or money. Honestly, I guess, where do you want your business to be in a year's time? I guess my biggest thing is conference fast tracks like any learning that you could do. And it fast tracks it by tenfold and by like years. So honestly, if you have kids, bring them. If it's money, I guess that's the reason why we do this business. So I definitely think that where there's a will, there's a way. And I guess it's the Linda question, right? It always sticks with me. What needs to happen to make it happen? How many customers do you need to find to fund the flight there? I think it's a big jump to come to conference as an Australian to go to America. But honestly, I know that this is what I want to do. And I guess there's no excuse that could kind of keep me.
Awesome. Well, what's one homework you would give everybody? One homework assignment before a conference?
Go and create, work on your story. My biggest thing, that was my next share, is, whether it's a sentence right now, but your story will continue to grow. And so work on that and write it down, and then write down a strong DMO. People do wishy-washy stuff and they don't kind of know what they do, and then they they just troubleshoot kind of a DMO. But if you want a strong DMO and you want to duplicate that within your team, go and write it down and practice it every single day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You're welcome to stay on the line. I'm excited to see you walk as an NMD by February. So very, very exciting. And you can stay on the line if you want. We're going to go ahead and get started with the sales coordinator, fast track to sales coordinator calls. Would you fast track to sales coordinator in less than how long?
I did it in 8.5 weeks.
8.5 weeks. Awesome. Strong DMO, 3 to 4 meetings a week, working a full-time job. So all excuses are equal, right? Very cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to mute everybody other than Gretchen. So let me see if I can mute all. Let's see if we're muted. Okay. All right, great. I think we muted everybody other than Gretchen. So welcome you guys to the Fast Track to Sales Coordinator call. This is our first series of doing this again. We've been having on average of 85 to 140 people on these calls. And what I love most about doing these calls is us coming together as sidelines to support each other's growth. And so we've got all of the NMDs here to support from around the world and recording these calls. And I really am working on being that tech savvy person to make sure those get up on the page for you guys. But if you could just try to get everybody on the calls, that would be awesome as well. And I'm excited to introduce Truly. I tell her all the time, sometimes she doesn't believe me, but Gretchen was one of the very first people that I met when I decided to go to conference. And because of her and seeing Pam and seeing them work together as a team really inspired me, and just to see what classy ladies that they were. She's a 100 clubber. She's got her sister is also a 100 club, and her husband is also an NMD in this business. Just really respect her for who she is and what she stands for. So I would love to introduce Gretchen Comstock to you, and here she comes. Gretchen, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can hear you great.
Great. Oh, thanks. Thanks so much, Lauren. I am happy to be on this call, and you were the one that put the title up for me. Learn from those who did it, and I can tell you that that's truly what I have done over the last 12 years. And you guys who are on this call are really smart when you think about it, because you have been learning from some of the best out there. And I learned a lot on these calls. If I didn't get on live, I was on the rebroadcast. But from Lauren and Susie and Linda, I got a huge kick out of seeing Linda, because 5 years ago when we reached 100 Club, the company sent my husband and I over to Australia, and we were on the Gold Coast, and I pinned Linda with her senior sales coordinator pin. And it seems like just yesterday, and now she's a 100 Club. So that is the coolest thing ever. It makes me feel really, really good. And Reagan and Maura and Deb, you all did a great job. And I can just promise anybody who's listening, these people are doing this because of their experience that they have had. This is just heartfelt gut experience. It has nothing to do with making anything up. It's truly what we are and what we've done for a while. So I'm just going to, for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to just tell you my very quick snapshot of a story, so that you know where I came from and why I'm here now doing this call today. But I would say, this was 12 years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom. I live in Essex, Connecticut, with my husband and our 3 children. And I can tell you right now that Juice Plus, I was really going to peel it back and get to the core of my story. It's that Juice Plus made me the happiest mother on this planet. And why is that? I was stressing over keeping my family healthy. I myself was this kind of a lazy eater. I was busy, but it wasn't my thing to make creative and healthy meals. And I knew it was what we were lacking. We were that busy family on the go, trying to maintain our health. And Juice Plus just became a lifesaver for us. And I always tell people, I will not go a day ever without taking it, because it's Juice Plus food. It's safe. Our bodies know how to use it. And the research shows it's doing for me what I wanted to do. And I remember I was 49 when I learned about Juice Plus and started taking it. And I remember thinking to myself, this is going to be my fountain of youth. And as it turns out, it has been, because I feel much better probably today than I did at 49. I can't really remember how I felt, but I know I was more tired and I had less energy. Those are 2 things. And I, haven't had any, sniffles or whatever for many, many years. So it's wonderful. As far as the business is concerned, I decided to join in because I was looking for something at the time. And you know how things happen. It's either you're in the right time or the luck that happens. But I learned there was a business behind the Juice Plus product, and I jumped in. Why did I jump in? I was looking for something because my husband and I were feeling some financial stress. We had 3 kids that were going off to college together. We had not saved for college. I was a stay-at-home mom, very busy on the go, having fun and spending money. That's what you do when you're having a good time and you're stay-at-home mom. And my husband was doing very well as he could, but it was time. And what I was so excited about is that I did not have to go and have an interview. I did not have to go and train. I did not have to go and leave my house every day and have my day designed around somebody else's day because I was working for someone. I thought this was the best thing ever that I had heard about. I just got really excited. And what this has done really, when you think about it, it was our plan B and what turned out to be a plan A. My husband now joined me in this business, and he sold his business, and we worked this business together, and that's a blessing. You marry someone because you love them, and then life gets going. You get busy. You don't see a lot of each other because you're both going in different directions. Kids come along, and we've been able to now come back together and live a really awesome life together. Matter of fact, I said to him today, it's a gorgeous day here in Connecticut, another kind of summer day in October, and we went to the beach. We took our dogs, we took a long walk, we took a picnic, and got back in time for this call. So you do get this freedom and flexibility that like no other. I can guarantee anybody that. I have to say that it wasn't, really the pay plan. It wasn't the, the rewards, the bonus programs that when I do this business, what I'm looking at who I have had a chance to become, and the people that I get to hang out with have kept me engaged and excited. Of course, the income is great as well. And I have called my Juice Plus business, it's called a franchise, as you all know, but I call it my friend-chise because it's all of the people that have been gathered around me that I get to spend time with. It's been quite a wonderful experience thus far. So someone once asked me, after I got to 100 Club, what do you think brought this success on? And of course, it all goes down to a team effort. People love rallying around a team effort. But I think because I love what I do it a lot, and I know that it matters, is what has created this enormous business for me. And I'm going to just say the best example that I can share with you as far as learning from those who did it is my experience at my first conference. And this is really apropos because we're going into conference, just a short time from now. And my first conference was in Nashville. We haven't been back there much. A few times when I first started, maybe 2 times, once a while ago, about 4 or 5 years ago. And now this time it's a great city to go to, but it was my first conference. And I remember my upline, Cynthia Gompers and Susan Wittenbach, saying to me, you really need to get to this conference. I had just started my business. And I remember going up to my husband and saying, these women are telling me I need to go to this conference, and I really don't want to. I'm not into these business trips. I certainly don't want to go alone. And Woody looked up at me, my husband, I had promised him that I was going to actually do this business. He told me the only thing I had to do was to talk to, and I'll just say it here, a shitload of people. And I said, that's really all I have to do to be successful? And he said, that's all you really have to do. So he said, are you going to be successful at this? And I had to say yes, or I was going to go back and have to get that resume out and go for interviews. And he said to me, Gretchen, these women have been very successful in this business. They know what they're talking about. If I were you, I'd get yourself to Nashville. So I went to Nashville, and that was there watching these amazing, normal people like myself, ordinary people, doing extraordinary things. And I remember thinking to myself, I am going to be a national marketing director. I just said it right then and there. And 2 years later, I was. And that at that time, this is funny, was a fast track. That was pretty fast in 2 years to become a national marketing director. But today, people are doing it less than that time, and it is so possible. So it was a huge experience for me, and I can tell everybody, you cannot ever think you're going to be successful in this business unless you attend these conferences. They're absolutely important. People will ask me, when did I hear that? How do I know this? Where did this information come from? And my answer often is from center stage at our leadership conferences. This is when people like John Blair and the doctors get up there, and Lisa Pepple, who knows all about our growing. So this is when I learn these things. They are not sometimes published. Luckily enough, we've got conference calls. You can listen to some of these experts. So I can say that the conference was huge. And another event that just happened for me was this summer, and I know Lauren was there because she was a wonderful presenter on the stage, but Eric Worre, the author of Go Pro, he put on his first ever Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. And I went and I sat like I did 12 years ago at my first Juice Plus conference and was absolutely blown away. Why was this? I sat there listening to these women that have built businesses, hundreds of times bigger than my business. And I sat there thinking, they're selling products that are good. I have come to the belief, I'm not a snob. I know that network marketing and direct selling has some of the best products that you can buy out there. But the fact that we have a product, I still believe is one that nobody has, everybody needs. I was thinking to myself the whole time, what is my excuse that we're not building this bigger than it can be? And Lauren, I know, felt the same way, but this is really huge. We've got something that can make such an impact on this world, and there is no reason why we can't do more. That's how I came home in August from this conference, and I am on another path now. So, everybody takes these paths different times in their places, but if you can learn from those who have done it, you're in a really good place. So I, am a network marketing professional. I'm certainly paid like one, but it's only because I've been practicing every single day for 12 years on being one and doing what it takes. And I have found that there are really just 3 things that will create massive success. Okay? If you've got this in your mind and in your soul. Your why, if your why you're doing this is big enough, that's going to give you the reason to be committed to the work. Now, my why was that my husband asked me for help. He had for many years been the sole provider, and I felt not guilty, but I felt absolutely determined that I was going to turn this around. I saw the stress, and I said, if I could do this, I knew I could do it. So one, your why has to be big enough. We've heard this before. Your why has to make you cry. Sometimes it can, when I really think back on that feeling that I had. If your desire is strong enough, why is this? So that every single day you'll get up and go to work. Okay, and the bottom line will not be to give up. And the third one is if you're smart enough to be a student, so that you'll commit to the learning curve that's in front of us as we all begin this business and continues to be presented to me every day, that you can learn as you grow, and as you grow, as you know, your business will grow. So it's up to us. This is all that personal stuff. And this kind of was summed up at the GoPro conference in Las Vegas in August that I went to. The word posture came up a lot, and I love that word because it kind of goes along with confidence. But when you think about posture, it's kind of like how you present yourself and how you stand proud of what you're up to. And I guess I like it too because I practiced Pilates, and my Pilates instructor was with me in Las Vegas, and she was always commenting on the people's posture on the stage. She'd say, I love that. Look at her posture. And it was like, yeah, she's got that posture because she totally believes in what she's doing. So Juice Plus, when you think of it, Juice Plus has posture. This is the most stunning product out there in this world. I have many people, new distributors, that will say, have you ever seen this product? And the link comes through, and I'm almost don't want to even open it because I know it's just going to be one of those things. But I open it up and then I look, and there's no research, and it's got a vitamin label and so forth. But we've got something so unique. It's cutting edge for sure. And it is also researched to the point where nobody is catching up. That would take them years to catch up. They don't have the manufacturing facilities that we have and what we have to do this. So we've got a posture, and we've got to know that. The company has a posture. Our industry has a posture. I mean, our company is one of the best, I think, out there. And it was funny because it's there, I would ask, they'd tell me, and I hadn't heard of most of them, but when they asked me back, when I was with, and I'd say Juice Plus, I had 2 of them say, oh, I'm on that, I love that. Or they'd say, yeah, I've heard of Juice Plus. So we are making hay there. And our pay plan has huge posture. When you look at our company that pays us every month and pays for the work that we do, it is the fairest plan out there that I've ever heard of. And, people will say, do I have to spend a lot of money, or do I have to do a monthly quota? Do I have to do this, that, and the other? No, you don't. There is something in this pay plan for absolutely everybody, and you can be successful no matter where you want to be on the plan. So we've got these things. It's now up to us to have that posture. How will and do you present yourself so that you won't, you will know that you are, people are looking at you, and when they're looking at you, they want to be with you. They want to have what you're having. Like, when Harry met Sally, said, I want what she's having. And that's what we're responsible for in my book. Everything else is written down somewhere, but nothing is written down when it comes to you and how you're personally presenting yourself. My niece, Ellie Shepley, I didn't say this is part of my story, and I always should, but it's my franchise, but it's also a family business now because I have 2 sisters involved with me, a niece, a husband, and a brother-in-law, and that's pretty cool. So my niece, Ellie Shepley, who's a qualified national marketing director from New York City, she's just doing an amazing thing, and I learned so much from her every day. She said to me the other day, it was on a conference call actually, this is her posture. When somebody is new in this business, they're learning about, what we have, and she wants them, obviously, to learn from those who did it and to plug them into the system so she doesn't have to be the expert, because believe me, that there's no duplication in that. So she is trying to get them on a call. And she said the other day, she says she doesn't even expect any new person to ever dial into a conference call by themselves, because they won't. So until they're about, a few months at least into this business, they're going to forget. I did. Susan Wittenbach used to call me on every Monday night. Are you on the call? And I go, oh my God, I totally forgot. And I felt like such a ditz, but I get on it and I'd love it. So she says to the people, they'll say, well, what number? Will you send me the number? And she goes, oh, you're not going to need the number because I'm going to be conferencing you in. Now that's a posture. Not, would it be okay if I called you and I can 3-way you in? Or would you like to be on a conference call this, tonight? No. You're not going to need a number because I'm going to be conferencing you in. And she is always conferencing in new people on my calls and Cheryl Cortesi's call. I hear it every time she signs in. So thank you, Ellie, for that. But to succeed that way in our business with that incredible posture, I say, we know we have to do 3 things besides the mindset I talked about, those 3 things as far as desire, your why, your desire, and you're being smart enough to be a good student, is obviously the 3 money-making activities you're going to do every single day from the time you start. And by the way, I heard this too from Cheryl Cortesi, because it was from somebody on the stage in August, because Cheryl was on that stage too. We talked about this woman who said there are 2 really, really important days in your career. One is the day you decide that you're going to become a representative. And the next day, the next important day, is when you decide there's no turning back. And that's that kind of posture you need. There is no turning back. So sharing your story makes money. Creating and attending events makes money. And teaching others to do the same makes money. Eric Worre said that if there is no duplication in your business, it becomes just a job, just another job. And I know people get frustrated when they don't have team, because team makes everything come alive. The pay plan, the fun, the experience, the self-growth. It's when you're just retailing Juice Plus, which we all sometimes start out that way, that's where you find yourself getting frustrated. And that's because it's just another job. So how are we going to get this posture out when you're going to be sharing your story? The first thing, and I can tell you the most important thing, is to weave in your business and product story together, marry them. So you're talking about them from day one. Most people, myself included, I didn't think I had a product or a business story. I heard them say, what's your business, share your story. And I said, I don't really have a story. And then I'd get walked through it. And, basically all you really have to ask someone is, what was your goal when you decided to add Juice Plus to your diet. My goal was to take the stress off of me every day when I was trying to figure out what my kids had eaten that was, not in a package. Had they eaten an apple? So that's what my goal was. Was it met? Yes. That's a story. That's as simple as it can be. What was my business story? I needed to bring in some income so that we could pay for college tuition and not give up what we were striving for in our lives. I didn't want to go backwards in life. I wanted to continue moving forward. So just think to yourself, peel all those back. I want to stay home with my kids. Why? My first thing was, we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Why? Because I'm lazy. Why? Because I get busy doing other things that are more interesting to me. And then why? Well, what will this do for you once you have this simple solution in your business, in your family's diet? Oh, so I don't have to stress over it. I'll be a happy camper. I'll be a really happy mother at dinner time, because if they don't eat their broccoli and their salad, it's okay. They've had their Juice Plus. Now they eat broccoli and salad. That's the other wonderful thing about it. So your story is you've got to what is that underlying goal, and then talk about it with people as though this is your goal. This is your life. So I know I learned this once upon a time ago, that when someone says, so what do you do? And you are a full-time nurse or a teacher or a lawyer or a shop owner or a personal trainer, you add in, so that you can open up the door to tell your story, you add in, I'm a nurse, but I'm also a network marketing professional with Juice Plus. So that's pretty easy. People say, well, what do you do? And you really want to tell them you're doing Juice Plus, but you haven't really made any money there. You're not doing it full time. So you're a nurse. We'll add that. That's part of your story. Okay. I know my sister, Pammy Sheffley, she used to get, because she'd get all excited about the product and what she was doing. And someone would say, well, how do I get this stuff? I want some too. I want my kids on this for free, and whatever she had said. And she'd say, well, you get it from me. And they'd say, oh, you're selling it. And she'd look at them, and instead of making apologies or saying, oh, well, yeah, I'm doing this part-time because I'm also teaching, and I really don't like teaching, and I went, da-da-da-da-da. It was, oh, you bet I am. And matter of fact, if you knew what I knew, you'd probably be selling it too. So that's the posture that I'm talking about, that is going to bring you right up the marketing level every day. And then one of the other things that is really important is practicing and learning how to be a really good listener. You can't grow any business unless you're a good listener. So I always say, my favorite is, I heard this from someone, who did it before me, is make sure you're talking, I think it was Jeff Roberti when I first heard it, but, say less to more people. And then Cheryl Cortese taught me what really got me going. She said, just keep in mind that step aside next. And what that meant, and we used to joke about it with my husband, because he'd come home, he was very supportive of what I was doing with my business. He'd come home from his work, and I'd be in this little teeny office upstairs, and he'd go, so how many did you get today? And I'd say, I got 2. Probably at this point it was customers, maybe some distributors, because I started to tell my business story right off the bat. And he'd say, you got 2, and I say, yeah, I got 3 step aside. So that's how we would talk about the wins and the loses and the yeses and the nos. But you got to go through a lot of those nos to get those, a lot of step asides to get those yeses, and not get hung up on them, even if they are somebody that you truly know needs Juice Plus and you love them on your team. People, as you've heard before, this is something else I learned, pearl of wisdom. People don't buy products. They don't buy the business opportunity. They buy us. They buy you. And that's really important to keep in mind as you're posturing your business. And as soon as they said you marry your product and business story, and the easiest thing I heard from Cynthia Gompers on the way to do this is, once you tell them why you're taking Juice Plus or what Juice Plus is, and you just add the word simple and I became a Juice Plus representative because I'm looking for another income to help with my family. I became a Juice Plus representative because it's the perfect product for all of my clients, whatever it is. And so that's easy. So we also we tell our story, and then we have our events. And I'll just say the only thing you really need to know about events, besides showing up, is to get up, get dressed, and show up. I know Pammy loves to say that, and I just think of her as getting up, getting dressed, and showing up. She always looks so cute. But do that within the two words that I would say when you're doing this is with courage and with kindness, because that's when people are going to pay attention and see you as somebody that they want to have a relationship with, perhaps lock arms with down the road or right then and there. And then one of the things that the third thing that we do is teach others to do the same. And that, when you really look at what the underlying reason for that is, and I learned this from day one in my business, qualify your business. And right now, a lot of you are virtual franchisees. Qualify your business and then teach others to do the same. Because if you go wide enough with your frontline reps and qualify these people, that alone will build you to National Marketing Director and 100 Club. I heard this on stage from someone who came before me and did it. Focus on your own mat as you build this business. Focus on your own mat. And I like that too, because in Pilates, my teachers are always saying, don't look over there, they're doing it wrong. Just do your own thing. So focus on your own mat. We are so lucky that in this business, we've got a great system set up, but we've got such a allowance to express ourselves and create our own culture. And we see teams with different cultures. It's so awesome. And we can create that for ourselves. So don't feel like you have to be doing exactly what someone else is doing or to be like someone else. I have envy on so many people in this business. I envy so many people. I watch them and I just love and all I do is internalize it and say how lucky I am that I get to have mentors like this in my business. But I can't be them. I've got to be Gretchen and just do this the way I started out and what feels right to me. So believe in yourself that way. It's important because that will give you the confidence and the posture. So truly, the logical and natural consequences of doing these things, these simple things that I've just spoken to you about today, it will bring you to National Marketing Director, and you can create a huge and sustainable business like so many of you probably listening on this phone have already done. So it will grow and it will last you a lifetime. And I will say one of the other things that I learned is that if you are far more, this is what keeps me being very persistent every day when I wake up and inspired and dedicated to my business, my team, who I love and adore, is that, really what you are is going to be what is going to attract customers and distributors to your business. That's what it's you, not exactly what you do, but it's you. So be yourself and feel that, and be grateful for that you are starting this, because people that are starting right now are the luckiest people ever. The journey is definitely to be enjoyed. I would say that Karen Jones once said to me, and this carried me a long way and still does to this day, that we are doing, I'll paraphrase it, I'm not exactly sure how she says it, but I'm sure some of you who have heard her speak, we are doing the most noble work that has ever been done on this planet. And that is making this place better for future generations. And that's why we have to play big.
Awesome. Amazing call. Like truly amazing. We're sitting here typing back and forth, taking tons of notes. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Gretchen. I'd love if you could give everybody one little homework assignment. Got any kind of homework assignment for everybody? Huh? Huh?
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Sort of.
Can you give everybody one homework assignment? Just one little thing to do for homework?
Oh, yes, I will definitely give everyone a homework. Matter of fact, I wrote it down somewhere around here. Homework assignment. Where did I put it? Because I had two things. Oh gosh, where is it? This has been my problem today. This is what you get for going to the beach. Homework assignment. Okay, one, practice marrying your business and product story just by the goal, what your goal was, and what you want to achieve or what you have achieved. Okay, that's the first one. And the second one was really good. I'll put it online.
Go to the beach. I think it was go to the beach.
It's sitting on one of these. You know, one of these? I went to the beach instead. But it's here somewhere. It got stuck on something else. But I'll find it.
Awesome.
I'll
Great.
find it. Wait a minute. Look, maybe if I think for 1 second, I can think of what it was. It was something that I know I do for myself. Hold on.
Go to conference. Go to conference.
I'll put it out. I'll put it on the website.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
well, go to conference for sure. Go to conference. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I know what it was. I know. I just thought of it.
Okay.
I just thought of what it was. Do you want it?
Yeah, we want it.
Okay.
We want it.
It was if you took notes today, think about the 3 things that resonated with you, and then go out and share them with someone else. Doesn't have to be a teammate. That would be cool if you had somebody. But if you don't, tell your kids, tell your mom, tell your spouse, tell a friend, because you will then remember it forever.
Well, I know what resonated for a lot of
Okay.
people. One thing I saw that resonated for a lot of people that are on Zoom was when what you said, shared the whole thing about Pam and her sharing, and someone goes, "Oh, you sell that," and they go, "Yes, I do," you know. And when you try, you'll want to as well. I know with Andre, I saw his eyes like light up and go, "Yeah, that makes sense." So it's awesome. I love it. And it's like you said, that posture. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. Thanks and great call. Really,
That's
really
right.
fun. See, you can't wait to see your dress at the Eltons.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye.
Oh, don't hold your breath. I haven't gotten it yet.
Bye.
I'll find something.
Yep.
I've got the boot.
I got the boots.